Ok, mình cúng dường mạng Đà La Quy Y Tam Bảo Phật Bồ Đề Tâm trước khi mình bắt đầu. Sa shi gu ki ju shin me tok tram ri ram ling shi nhin de gen pa di sang ge sin tu mik te ung wa ki trokun nam dak shin la che pa shom. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniyatayami Sangye Cherdang Sokki Chok Nam La Chang Chuk Batu Dakni Kyap Su Chi Daki Chenyen Gi Pe Su Nam Ki Trola Ben Chia Sangye Trupa Shok Sangye Cherdang Tokki Chok Nam La Chang Chum Ba Tu Dak Ni Kyap Su Chi Daki Che Nyen Gi Pe Su Nam Ki Trola Ben Chia Sangye Trupa Shom Sangye Cherdang Tokki Chok Nam La Chang Chum Ba Tu Dak Ni Kap Su Chi Dak Ki Chen Yen Gi Pe Su Nam Ki Tro La Ben Chia Sangye Trupa Shom
Cancel, or okay, this idea of substantial, what you'll end up with, gur, is that the person is nothing more than some. The person is nothing more than a label put onto the body and mind. The person is nothing more than, and this word some is often used in Majjhimika. Just that, only that, yeah, Mingme Tatsam is the most famous one. Just labeled with names and terms. But in that famous description of how things are labeled, the word da, B-R-D-A, which is a rare word, refers to the image coming out of the karmic field. It doesn't mean term. Because otherwise the word is weird. Names and terms, so it's a difference. Yeah, so the term means the picture coming out of your mind, the archetype picture coming out of the karma. Now, I love this because he's going to explain what the tsam means. And I've never seen anyone do that. Okay, so this is very valuable. Tsam ki, the word tsam functions, okay, tsam ki, to ch means disallow, disallow. Like doja chipa is vajrachitika, right? But, so it means cut out the possibility. What do you call it? Disallow the possibility that the me could be something other than the body and mind, could be a separate object from the body and mind. Genshin. Okay, so you have to. I can see Jigme's making a face. And no, that's because you're thinking about it. I mean, I hope so. Or your pants are too tight. I don't know. But okay. No, I was hoping you were making a face because it's not an easy statement. It's not an easy statement. When he says, if you can shut down the wrong idea, you will come to the idea that the person is nothing more than a label put on the body. And nothing more than is meant to that the idea that the me could be some other thing than the body of mind. So that's the reason for time. Yeah, and you gotta chew on what's the difference between being labeled on the body and mind and being something other than the body and mind. Yeah, because that's what the tsam is meant to disallow. So which is honest. It's tough. Yeah. I mean, if you're not making a face right now, you're not thinking about it. You're waiting for me to go on. So am I.
So if you're wrong, if you think it's something other than me.
Yeah, right.
It's tough.
It's tough. No, no, this is more the idea of a soul. Something like separate from the body and mind, crystalline little thing inside your heart goes on after you die, and that's the real Nick. And I think, and then this one is Nick is the result of a picture coming out of his mind and overlaid upon the body and
It
mind.
has to be on the,
Yeah,
it has to be from the
Yeah.
top.
yeah. So it's not disassociated from the body and mind. It's a different way of looking at the body and mind. And excuse me, yeah. Well, it's pen dependent on the parts of the pen.
Yeah.
You know, when you say the pen comes from me, and I love DCI is very clear about this point. Okay, I shared pens in the past. That then I planted a pen karmic seed in my mind, and that then I came in the room. I looked at these two parts, and they're not a pen yet. And then the karmic seed opened, and a picture of a pen came out. Luminous image came out, and you can see that luminous image if you meditate a lot. You can see yourself doing it, but it takes a lot of meditation. And then it comes out, and it overlays on the pen, and I see a pen, and the dog has a different overlay. You see what I mean? So I think that's so clear. So that's what this is saying. When we say labeled, we mean the picture that came out of the karmic seed has been overlaid on the pen. Okay. Oh yeah. I was waiting for someone to go there. We don't differentiate between lower and higher middle way until we ask about the status of the raw data. You know, until the next question comes. Is this a result of are the parts a result of a karmic seed opening and parts coming out? Or were they there all the time and you came along and put a label on them? So is it what's the status of the raw data? But lower and lower would also do the same analysis. We they look at the pen cap and be like, well, the pen cap, you know, it doesn't. It's the top of the pen cap and the bottom of the pen cap. Also agrees with the upper middle way with that. I believe they would answer if I was going to sit in their shoes. I would say when you came in the room, it was there. You know, something had to be there. So then, otherwise, anything could turn into a pen. So then ultimately there are certain atoms, right? I mean, well, that's another point. I mean, but what I'm saying is they're saying something was there when you walked in the room.
Pumbaa is vital here for them, right?
Yeah, they think the Pumbas are not coming from the partner. In that moment, maybe in the moment before, I don't know. Okay.
And then he even goes out of.
But it's not a crazy thing. They say the magician needs a stick to work with. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I went and got you that, and it's in your text.
So when you said
Ok, hello Hoàng Anh, hello chị Hương, hello Hảo. Cái đoạn này khi mà mình dừng được cái như là cái ý tưởng sai ở trên, right? Cái này mình phải nói tới cái đoạn của hôm trước, đó là khi mà mình dừng được ba cái ý tưởng sai. Rồi ba cái ý tưởng sai rồi. Ba cái ý tưởng sai hôm bữa nào ha. Ok, nhớ rồi. Ờ, khi mà mình nắm giữ khi mà mình loại bỏ cái ý tưởng sai của cái việc đó là cái cái tôi đấy, nó như là một thứ mà ờ, tách biệt, không có ờ, tách biệt, không có nhất quán với lại là cái cơ thể và tâm trí đấy. Khi mà mình loại bỏ được khi mà mình loại bỏ được cái ý tưởng sai đó, thì mình sẽ thấy được rằng là con người chỉ là một cái nhãn dán lên trên cái cơ thể và tâm trí đấy. Ừm, con người chỉ như là một cái nhãn dán lên trên cái cơ thể và tâm trí. Và và cái chữ time right, có nghĩa là chỉ hoặc là không gì hơn, thì nó và cái từ không gì hơn ở đây thì nó muốn giải thích đó là cái gì? Đó là nó cắt bỏ coi như là cái sự tồn tại của có cái tôi nào đó mà nó tồn tại khác biệt khỏi cái tâm trí và cơ thể này. Ok. Và sau đó thì thầy mới giải thích về về cái nhãn dán rồi cái nhãn dán. Thì đó chính là cái hình ảnh phát quang trong tâm trí của mình. Đấy, cái hình ảnh phát quang trong tâm trí của mình, nó bay ra và nó phủ lên trên nó phủ lên trên mọi thứ. Và cái sự khác biệt giữa cái trường phái trung đạo cao hơn và trường phái trung đạo thấp hơn rồi, đó là trường phái trung đạo thấp hơn thì họ tin rằng là có một có một cái thứ này nó đã nằm sẵn ở trong trong phòng rồi, nằm sẵn ở trên bàn rồi, và khi mình đi vào á, thì mới dán nhãn lên cái này để mà cái này nó trở thành một cái viết. Right.
That needs to be smart thing. Is it the John stock that applies to both places?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're correct. He didn't repeat the word Gongsa. He could have. He could have said, Samki, Pansate, Pumbale Genshin do your Pachudo. He could have put it that way, but being so probably he wanted to make it difficult for you. Okay. Hey, Shindu, Tolton, Eden Munsel, Sokle Kyang Shido. We see the same explanation in books like Tongton. Yeah, Kelsa Mikje is the technical name, opening the eyes of the fortunate ones. The name by which the book is known by everybody is Tongton Chimo. And we looked it up and found other Tongtons. So it's the great Tongton, meaning the great.
There are other ones?
There are, it is a genre. We established that one day. We worked on it for hours. I don't want to do it again, but apparently it's a genre. The guys drop anything that sticks in your head, right? It's a good title. What did we call it? Interlude or something.
Well, yeah.
It means an interlude. Okay, and then Data and Yuki Munsell, clearing away the darkness of the mind about the 7 books of logic. Okay, by Caleb J. I keep hitting that book when I'm looking for stuff. I keep hitting that book. So if we get, a logic-minded mixed nuts in the future, or Adam finishes his book, where is Adam? Maybe went to the bathroom.
Is there a version that you prefer of the ones of the two that we have?
I don't know. I haven't studied the question. I always prefer Carmen.
Yeah, they're both.
Because the typing is, it's gonna be as bad as I type. Okay. Then, by the way, the status of our typing is supposed to be that it matches the
Rồi cái câu vừa rồi đó là nghĩa là chúng ta có thể thấy được coi như là cái giải thích nó tương tự ở trong hai cái cuốn, right? Một là cuốn Interlude on the Emptiness, là cái cuốn mà hiện tại là cô Utpala đang dịch đó, và và một cuốn nữa là một bộ 7 cuốn của ngài Khrushchev, right? Là Dedun Munsel đó. Là là cái tuyển tập 7 cuốn của cái việc xua tan đi cái bóng tối này, tan đi cái bóng tối.
Is supposed to be that it matches and it doesn't have any disallowed syllables. But we have never been able to afford or find editors to manually read all the millions of pages. All the geshis are overworked in the monastery because there's a brain drain. The good ones go to Australia and they go teach 3 people in somebody's house because they don't want to live in India, which I can't blame them. But then there's very few qualified teachers in the monastery. As soon as you become a geshe, it's a ticket out. And very few geshis stay in India on principle. So anyway, recently we made contact with a group of scholars who would like to be editors for us who can't get tickets out. So, and they're not teaching in a monastery. So it looks like a good arrangement. So they can start manual, but millions of pages, it will take many years. But just so you know the status, we don't even attempt. We tell the input operator, just type what you see. Don't think about it. Don't try to fix anything. Because that would be a disaster. They're not geshis. They're not even monks. They don't know to read. They can't read these books. So to have them correcting things would be a disaster. Better that they are just like Xerox machines. They just type what's there. The goal is to get them to type what's there and not change anything, even if it's wrong. Because we don't want them thinking about changing things. Like yeah, they're going to change kya to gya in every single case, and it would be wrong. So that's why you find errors in our stuff. And some of it's just mistakes. They typed the wrong thing. They had a bad day. We type everything twice. Everything, whole thing twice. 2 different people type it. Then somebody compares the 2 on a special program and checks discrepant differences. And then another person does that again. And then a third checker checks the 2 checkers. And so the theory was, we'll get the block. Whether the block is right or wrong, or whether it was clear or not, that's another question. But to be honest, we don't always get the block. We get lots of errors that are not in the block. And that's just, you should try typing Tibetan for 8 hours. It just fries your mind, I mean, they're good at it. They've been doing it. In some cases, the daughter is working next to the mother now. They had their kids after they started working for us. It's been 31 years. So there's many cases where the daughter's working with the mother. So anyway, they're good, but they're not perfect. And we're working on OCR, but I'm not anxious. It takes a lot of correcting, and that requires more skilled labor. But that's the theory of our project is unskilled labor for minimum cost for 31 years. So anyway, then I cause I get to the say it's in the but
Ok, cái đoạn này thì thầy đang giải thích là vì sao coi như là những cái văn bản này nó lại hay có những cái lỗi như vậy. Đó là tại vì khi mà là Ờ, thuê những thuê những cái thuê những cái tu sĩ, những cái người mà có học thức á, thì đến khi mà họ đạt được cái bằng Getsi thì hầu hết là họ đều xuất ngoại chứ họ không có ở lại Ấn Độ. Và sau đó cái giải pháp đó là chọn những người mà không có biết gì về cái tiếng Tây Tạng này luôn. Họ chỉ họ không có hiểu gì về những cái cuốn sách này. Việc của họ chỉ là đánh máy để mà nhập liệu này thôi. Thì khi mà tính qua bên Cerame thì tính có chứng kiến cái điều này. Và với một cái văn bản như vậy nè là sẽ có hai người đồng thời cùng cùng đánh máy một cái văn bản nha. Xong rồi sau đó là sẽ có hai người kiểm tra. Xong rồi sau đó là sẽ có hai người kiểm tra hai cái văn bản này. Xong rồi cuối cùng là còn có thêm một người để mà kiểm tra lại cái bản kiểm tra của hai cái bản kiểm tra. Ờ, có nghĩa là nó được kiểm tra hai lần. Nhưng mà có những cái bản khác thì nó đã có sẵn lỗi ở trên cái bản khác rồi. Và cái chữ tiếng Tây Tạng mà khắc ở trên gỗ thì không phải là dễ đọc. Và ví dụ như là những cái ký tự như là ca và cà thì nó rất là dễ bị nhầm lẫn, hay là ngà và thà thì nó cũng sẽ rất là dễ bị nhầm lẫn. Ok.
Okay. Therefore, this topa with no S.
Conceptual thought.
Yeah, this idea, or this wrong idea, which holds that the person is self-standing. Yeah, I'm sorry, substantial in the sense of self-standing. I'll kiss you, but you're too far away. How's that there? Rangi Pumalata, choose to mean.
Ok, cái ý đầu tiên do đó right. Do đó nên là cái ý tưởng đó, hay là cái ý tưởng sai của cái việc nắm bắt rằng là con người là thực chất, right. Con người là tồn tại thực chất theo cái nghĩa là nó tự đứng một mình, right.
Zinfar. It doesn't hold that the person is a thing which has been labeled on the body and mind. By the way, thought mature, we had it before. It's the result of the dopamine. Okay, the labeled thing is the result. The cup is the labeled thing. The dokje is my mind. Yeah, the dokje. So dapichu is sometimes treated as one term in idiom, meaning the labeled thing, meaning the result of the labeling, a thing that results from the labeling, which implies a finished existing thing. Just so you're sensitive to that point, it implies a finished thing. Now it's a thing. You know, the seed opened because I shared coffee in the past. Bengali brought all the parts, and then my seed opened and put a picture on the coffee cup. Oh, this is this one. And I do need two today, so that was good. So now it's a finished thing. So sometimes Tapecha kind of feels like it might make a finished thing, the thing I came out with. After all this doking and partying and finally I have a coffee cup. Okay, Tapecha.
So is that talking about past tense?
Yeah, past tense. Yeah, it has been doked. Generally, whenever you have a GS, you're working with a past tense. Or any suffix letter that can take a secondary suffix letter S, you're in the past tense. Normally, there's exceptions, I think. Okay, so rather than holding it as a finished labeled thing, that was overlaid onto the body and mind. Okay, de pumbala parmitupa. So we need the verb to, and this spelling, this is the same as BRTEN. Yeah, to rely on. So Tendrup or Tendrup are idioms, are synonyms for dependence, dependent origination. You can say Tenedupa. I believe Tenedupa is the definition of Tenedupa. The definition of dependence is reliance. You can say rely. Use a different verb here in English. It's related to the verb to look at or to view. You see, LTO. It means I'm looking to you for help. That means I rely on you. You see, so this ancient word for rely has the root of to look. I'm looking for you. I'm looking to you for help. Okay, so so without understanding, without holding, without believing in this labeled thing, rather the mind views the person as being like a jaywolf, a driver, a boss. It means a big boss. Lord, meaning what's the difference? What's master and servant? Yeah, master has that nice feeling in English, like the master control switch or something. Okay, so the master, one Gyurwa who means who has authority over, who has power over. It means power change. And it means the meaning, it's an idiom, it means to have control over, to be the driver of what? It's the same as driver, which doesn't depend. Par is paroto. It doesn't depend that way. Now, that's a main gun. The boss doesn't depend on the parts, but the parts depend on the boss. He's gonna say that. He's gonna say that. You know, my soul can live without my body and mind, but without me, who's gonna drive it? You see what I mean? So part mita, sword, sword, sword means this way, right? Par is that way. Yeah, par and sword are opposites. And what's a sword pole? Someone who doesn't understand something. Yeah, there's a verb, there's a noun for a person who doesn't understand the pen. There's a separate word. The person, it's called sword tone. Tone means to see. Sword means coming this way. And that's a synonym for a non-Arya. It's a beautiful word, sword tone, you know, and in the word, it gives you the meaning of a non-Arya. They believe the world is coming this way. Okay, but here we're not talking about that. We're talking about the parts and the whole, the master and the car. Okay, the car doesn't depend on the master. Sorry, the master doesn't depend on the car. The master can live without the car, but the car, you know, is not going to get maintained like mine is today by Bima without the master or the master's assistant. They got it. There's a sword, but there's no part. Got it? Okay. It's a nice point. It's
Ok, và kế tiếp, right. Thay vào đó thì nó không có thay vào đó thì nó không có nắm bắt không có nắm bắt con người như là cái thứ gì đó mà được dán nhãn lên cơ thể và tâm trí, right. Ở đây chúng ta có cái cụm từ tắc picture, right. Tắc picture có nghĩa là cái thứ mà được dán nhãn lên, right. Và hầu hết những cái từ nào mà kết thúc bằng cái hậu tố g và s, right. Hậu tố cả và sa thì nó là thì quá khứ, rồi. Ok, rồi cái ý tiếp theo đó là cái điều mà muốn nói ở đây là cái tôi, hay là với cái trường phái này thì cái tôi họ đề cập đến thì như là một cái linh hồn, right? Thì cái linh hồn thì không có cần dựa vào tơ, right? Tơ pa. Cái linh hồn thì nó không có cần dựa vào cái cơ thể và tâm trí, right? Nhưng mà cái cơ thể và tâm trí thì cần dựa vào cái linh hồn, right?
It's a nice point. So without understanding how it really works, this labeling stuff, it believes there's a boss who's in charge who doesn't depend that way on the body and mind. And it believes that there's something like a servant who does depend this way. Who depends, what's this day? Those parts. It's no, it feels like that and you're wrong. And I took it that way the first time I saw it. Just so you know you're not crazy.
So let's read them all.
Yeah, good. That's the boss. The parts do depend this way on the boss. The boss doesn't depend that way on the parts. The boss can live without the car, but the car can't survive without the boss. No. The car is your body and mind. Okay, Bilan Suntupe Kubutaber. Wang Cha. Future tense. No, it makes it a noun. Like Gulja.
Sure.
The thing to be tamed. The thing to be tamed. Yeah, the thing to be controlled is the part, body and mind. Kubu, the servant. Okay, is the thing to be controlled. To hold that to be the thing to be controlled is how this state of mind holds things. Meaning, Kansaki Dangten in this school that takes the self to be substantial. You want to know what that means? Blah 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 blah. Believes in a driver of the crane. And the crane depends on the driver, but the driver doesn't depend on the crane. The driver could go on to another crane. And they do.
Và cái đoạn này thì nó nói về cái cách mà cái trường phái kinh lượng bộ, đây mình đang ở cái trường phái thứ hai là cái trường phái kinh lượng bộ, còn họ nắm giữ về cái tôi như thế nào, right? Họ nắm giữ về cái tôi đó là gì? Đó là họ có ý tưởng, cái ý tưởng và thường là cái ý tưởng sai lầm của cái việc nắm bắt cái con người là tồn tại thực chất theo cái nghĩa là tự đứng vững, thay vì là nó là thay vì con người là một cái thứ gì đó mà được dán nhãn lên trên cơ thể và tâm trí, right? Và con con người đó, hay là cái tôi đó, hay là ở đây đang nói đến cái linh hồn đó, thì nó giống như là ông chủ, right? Nó như là ông chủ và nó có cái quyền năng, right? Nó có cái quyền năng là nó không có phải dựa vào nó không cần phải dựa vào phía của cơ thể và tâm trí, right? Còn cái cơ thể và tâm trí thì ờ, thì nó bị kiểm soát như là một cái người đầy tớ mà phải dựa vào ông chủ, right? Thì đó là cái cách mà trường phái này nắm bắt. Và cái ví dụ dễ hiểu ở đây đó là cái xe hay là cái cần cẩu thì cần người lái. Còn người lái thì không cần cái xe hay là cái cần cẩu, và không có cái cần cẩu này thì qua cái cần cẩu khác. Đấy. Và cái người lái ở đây, cái ông chủ ở đây thì nó chính là cái tôi, hay là đối với trường phái này thì nó giống như là cái linh hồn, right? Và cái xe là cái cần cẩu, cái thứ mà phải phụ thuộc vào cái thứ kia thì nó chính là cơ thể và tâm trí. Ok.
Essential in the sense of being self-standing or something? Yeah. Specifically. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, that's a very, very beautiful sentence. If you can get that right, that's a whole class right there. You know, you could give a nice talk about that. You know, just from that one sentence.
Any idea of using words other than master and servant, because I find them so repugnant.
Repugnant means distasteful, not very nice. Because in America, the idea of a servant is not very nice. My grandmother had a servant, it was unpleasant, you know. Black servants. I don't know, you think about it. It is exactly that, though, I'm sorry. You know, you can say driver and cars, and I don't know. You work on it. You can update it. Boss and employee. Yeah, boss and employee. Yeah, that might be okay. That might be okay. I would buy that. Boss and employee. The word employee is distasteful also. That which is to be used. She wants to do it llama and attendant. You know, I like that. Okay. Please read. Please read. By the way, there are words for slave. It's not quite slave. It is master and servant. Yeah. Okay. Go.
Upang bila ransang kumpul dan mowo ade jin sui dan ransang kumpul dan se ade jin ke kanen chicken one neighbor. Zhang yang nan che.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Now, he's drawing the following distinction. Okay, and we'll get to the wording, but it's not easy. In your heart.
I'm begging you, stop saying, I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you.
Hết lớp đó rồi, nhảy qua lớp khác rồi.
Yeah, I have a present for you guys.
Wow. Oh,
This is my present.
get your right filled tacos, folks.
It's Friday. I saw you, Earl's not here today. I see you, Earl. He's gone already.
He's left
Oh,
over.
that's too good. Because you want to tell him it's going to happen this morning? Or no?
Comparapsel.
You know, it'd be interesting to teach this in the Bahamas.
Mhm.
Because it's just if you look online or you go to a modern Sankhya school presentation,
What I really mean.
this is quite more rich
Well,
and more full, you know, in my opinion. You know, I think it'd be cool to teach it at Bahamas or something. Maybe one of you guys can do that. So what happened was, let's do a mandala first, I guess. Miss Udpala. Oh, yeah, this is your text. So,
Are we starting?
yes.
Everything is speculative.
Oh, I decided to just go ahead because I don't have anything to expostulate about. I mean, I could make up some. Yeah, on the spot. Well, let's just use the time. Yeah. I can't think of anything. Well, yeah, because this is gonna take a long time. So, oh, take your time.
No, I'm not. Actually, the first call.
The who put it? Yeah, I felt sort of bad about a words class though, so I'm gonna work harder on his text. I want to work harder on your text. Next time I'll have it figured out. It was, I don't know. I was irritated about that test. But I'll crack it. It's fun to crack a text. Are you ready? Okay, so Utpala's text was talking about there must be, people must think there's a self separate from their body and mind, because people think, I wish I could die and get a better body. You know, like if you get cancer or something, oh, all right. They want to, I mean, Buddhists want to, there's Buddhists who say you can switch to another body or something like that. So that means you must think there's some kind of meat. That must be pretty bad. Is it coffee?
Chocolate, what chocolate?
You don't like chocolate? You want to switch? I don't mind. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. So you switch to a better one. No, I like chocolate. You think this? No, I want you to have it. Anyway, and then it had a verse to support that. But the verse is weird. And I said I had to go figure out what the heck it's about. And it's from Pramanad Vartika, Brahmakirti, but it's Sankhya. It's about the Sankhyas. You know, and I'm sure it relates to his point sooner or later. But I was getting frustrated about his Sankhya's, and because I was frustrated about his mind only. So I was just frustrated. And I thought, well, let's go do a nice Sankhya. Let's figure out Sankhya. Because I taught in the Sankhya school for 10 years on the Sankhya. It's a Hindu school. It's a Hindu school called Sankhya. And they were big competitors. They were big competitors with the Buddhists 2,000 years ago. So I thought, I thought, you can't understand your verse without Sankhya. And then we're about to hit Sankhya in his text. And it's very confusing. I like your shirt, Adam. But I thought, let's just crack it. Learn Sankhya, okay? And I dare say the explanation of Tsongkhapa and his friends is more clear than what I heard in the Bahamas. So I think it'd be fun to go there someday and teach it. Maybe you can go. Maybe Earl can stand up. I don't know. You could say Sankhya from a Buddhist point of view, from ancient Buddhist texts, and the result would be they would understand their own school. You don't have to say that. You say, because they have a very confusing presentation. And
Ok, ở cái đoạn cuối của cái video trước và cái đoạn của video này thì không có nói nhiều đến cái nội dung của cái văn bản ha. Chủ yếu là vào cái video này thì thầy tiếp tục lại review lại, nói lại cái quan điểm, cái quan điểm của cái trường phái kinh lượng bộ này, rằng là cái tôi, cái con người đó càng sạch thì đối với họ thì con cái tôi nó giống như là một cái gì đó mà nó tồn tại riêng biệt, nó tồn tại thực chất và nó đứng riêng, nó đứng tách biệt so với lại là cơ thể và tâm trí. Chứ nó không có giống như là một cái nhãn dán lên trên cái cơ thể và tâm trí. Bởi vì sao? Bởi vì họ họ tin vào cái điều đó là khi mà con người chết đi thì cái phần linh hồn đó nó có thể nhận một cái cơ thể mới. Đấy, có thể nhận một cái cơ thể mới. Và để mà hiểu thêm về cái điểm này thì sẽ có một cái phần trích dẫn của tác phẩm Brahmana Vatika, là cái nhận thức đúng đắn, accurate perception, cái bản luận giải về nhận thức đúng đắn. Và Ở đó thì sẽ đề cập tới một cái trường phái gọi là Sankhya. Right? Đây là một cái trường phái thuộc đạo Hindu mà vừa hay là ở trong cuốn sách của thầy Ben thì cũng đi đến cái đoạn đó. Đấy, lúc này thì thầy Ben đang dịch cuốn 101 cái ý tưởng của châu Á. Rồi. Rồi, ok, hôm nay chúng ta sẽ dừng ở đây ha. Và hẹn gặp lại cả nhà mình vào thứ tư. Cả nhà mình tự cúng dường bạn Đà La và hồi hướng ha. Bye bye cả nhà mình.